Liverpool's long-running managerial succession conversation has taken another dramatic turn, with one of the most trusted voices in football transfer journalism adding fresh intrigue to an already captivating story. As speculation continues to swirl around the future of Arne Slot at Liverpool and whether Xabi Alonso could take over, new information has emerged which changes what we initially thought. With uncertainty still hanging over the Anfield dugout and elite clubs across Europe closely monitoring developments, Fabrizio Romano's latest insight has injected renewed momentum into the debate. The update not only reframes Liverpool's position in the race for Alonso, but also raises important questions about timing, expectations, and what the next phase of the club's project might truly look like. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Tottenham manager Thomas Frank has remained coy about the North Londoners signing Andy Robertson from Liverpool in January. Earlier this week, surprise reports emerged regarding Robertson making a move to Spurs this month, with talks taking place between the two clubs. The Scot is out of contract at Liverpool this summer, and he may be looking to earn more minutes ahead of captaining Scotland at the 2026 World Cup, having lost his left-back place to Milos Kerkez. Speaking to reporters after Spurs' 2-2 draw away to Burnley on Saturday, Frank refused to comment on the Robertson situation, which was arguably telling. Just on that one, in general, you don't know me that well, Frank told reporters. I don't speak about players that aren't in the club, except Ronaldo and Messi, so that's no comment. Robertson was introduced as a half-time substitute in place of Kerkez in Saturday's 3-2 defeat away to Bournemouth in what could now be his final game for Liverpool. On X, the Mail's Lewis Steele claimed that the 31-year-old appeared to give a little wave to the away fans after the match, suggesting it may have been a goodbye before he heads off to North London in the next week. If this was Robertson's swan song, it will be a sad way for one of the great Liverpool fullback careers to come to an end, given the nature of the defeat at Bournemouth. He is worthy of receiving a special ovation in front of the supporters at Anfield, which could still take place with Qarabag to come on Wednesday night. Robertson has been an incredible servant for Liverpool, making 364 appearances and registering 68 assists. His tally of 56 assists in the Premier League is the fifth most by a Reds player. His combination of quality, leadership, and tenacity has made him one of the leading left-backs of his generation, and while his best years are now behind him, he still has plenty to offer at the top level. The hope is that Robertson ends up staying until the summer, not least because of how much Liverpool's depth will be affected if he moves on. Now, the rapidly escalating speculation linking Xabi Alonso with a return to Anfield has taken a dramatic and unexpected turn, following a major intervention from one of the most reliable voices in football journalism. Earlier today, reports emerging from Spain sent shockwaves through the Liverpool fan base. Spanish outlet AS claimed that the club had already made contact with Alonso over the possibility of him replacing Arne Slot, amid what was described as a deeply concerning run of form. The report suggested Liverpool had reached out to the former midfielder and begun sounding him out about a potential succession plan, fueling the belief that a managerial change could be imminent and that Alonso was firmly at the top of the club's shortlist. Those claims, however, have now been directly challenged by Fabrizio Romano. Speaking on the situation, Romano poured cold water over the idea that any concrete talks are currently taking place between Liverpool and Alonso's camp. I'm not aware of any official contact between Liverpool and the agents of Xabi Alonso, Romano stated. He went on to add further context that complicates the picture rather than closing the door entirely. Xabi wants to be back soon, he wants to return as soon as possible. Liverpool wanted him in the past, so there's an appreciation for sure. He could be a candidate in case they decide to change in the future, but at the moment I'm not aware of any contacts. That clarification fundamentally alters the narrative that had developed over the course of the morning. What initially appeared to be the early stages of a decisive move by Liverpool now looks far more uncertain and far less advanced than first reported. While there is clear historical admiration between the two parties, Romano's comments strongly suggest that no formal approach has yet been made. The contrast between the Spanish report and Romano's account leaves the story in a state of genuine flux. Only hours ago, it felt as though a return to Merseyside for Alonso was rapidly gathering momentum. Now, with a trusted source publicly distancing Liverpool from any active pursuit, serious questions are being asked about what is really happening behind the scenes at Anfield and whether this is the beginning of a carefully managed succession plan or simply another case of speculation running ahead of reality. For now, the supposed done deal atmosphere surrounding Alonso's name has evaporated. What remains is intrigue, uncertainty, and a growing sense that Liverpool's managerial future may not be as close to resolution as some had been led to believe. In other news, Arne Slot's excuses for Liverpool not winning games are growing, with the Dutchman now claiming the wind played a part in the 3-2 loss at Bournemouth. The Reds produced a hapless performance on the south coast on Saturday, conceding deep into stoppage time to end their 13-game unbeaten run. There were too many individuals who struggled against Bournemouth, with Virgil van Dijk not dealing with a high ball for the opening goal. Speaking to Sky Sports after the game, Slot defended Van Dijk's error, saying the wind was an issue for his team throughout. It is not completely fair to Virgil to blame him for the first goal, Slot said. You can see throughout the game how much impact the wind had. He wasn't the only one who struggled with the wind. Slot also made it clear that the scheduling of Saturday's match so soon after the win in Marseille on Wednesday night also didn't help Liverpool. We're the only team that played Champions League that has 2 days in between, he added. This time after an away game, another away game against one of the most intense teams in the league, and I mainly play the same players because of the players we have available. What should not have happened is that you have to win it in the end, because that's then more difficult. That's what you saw for the last 10 minutes. For the rest of the game, it was completely different. We dominated the game. Patience is now wearing thin with Slot among much of Liverpool's fan base, so these excuses aren't going to go down particularly well. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.